Okay, thank you very much. Let me start by this. Let me start with Kevin. Okay, Kevin, at least I know you for more than a year now, and yeah, an amazing thing you are doing in the eastern part of Nigeria. Thank you for that. Let's clap for Kevin for that. Okay, so first question going to you, Kevin. This question is just a freestyle question. So, uh, what drove you to believe that starting a builders hub now is the right time?
Okay. GM, everybody. The GM is not GM, you know. GM, everybody. Awesome. Very nice to be at Web3 Lagos again. This is my third year at this event. Been here since the beginning, actually. My name is Kevin Chiboyim, popularly known as Ezemuo Blockchain, the co-founder of Blockchain UNN, which is Blockchain University of Nigeria, a blockchain club at University of Nigeria. I'm equally the founder and CEO of GIDA, which is an edutech academy. And then I lead It Enugu. I mean, who has seen It Enugu online? Awesome. So It Enugu is a community I started a while back, meant to showcase a lot about Ethereum within the southeastern part of Nigeria. We recently hosted the first Ethereum conference in Nigeria. Please clap for us. You know, they're easy. And a Buddha residency and pop-up city. So to your question, I think this drive to do this actually started sometime last year. So the first person that has done anything like a builder hub, I want to give shout out to is Ayo of Web3 Bridge. Please guys, clap for Ayo. So Ayo Deji actually started this whole builder hub concept from way back. I knew Ayo from he started GIDA in 2020 and then Blockchain UNN in 2021. So while in 2021 we were trying to figure out our way as a blockchain club, I then came across Ayo and what he was doing at Web3 Bridge. And at the time, that was when he started his facility. I think they were in their third cohort or something like that. So he's been doing this since way back. And then I was able to visit the facility in 2022 and was inspired by what he was doing. But the climax of all of this was last year when I went to Ghana for Mu Accra. So Mu Accra was organized by the Mu and the Aya guys. So Aya actually has a builder hub where they set up. And visiting that space at the time, I was like, okay, this actually mirrors exactly what I feel is needed for proper builders to actually go far. All right. So when I came back to Nigeria, I made a tweet actually then, still on Twitter. I'm going to reference it when I complete the hub I'm building. So I was having that and it actually inspired me better in addition to what Web3 Bridge had. Then a friend of mine, or friends of mine rather, that passed through Web3 Bridge actually, Scarface and what's his name? Dev Longs. They started something in Jos, got a plaza, rented it. I mean, it also told me that you don't need to have or buy or build the entire facility. You can literally start from anywhere. So what Blockfuse Labs did in Jos was super inspiring. And that was what told me that, okay, this is very needed. And the climax of it all was earlier this year, when I've been hearing about what my brother here, Dave, was doing in Kaduna. I booked my flights. I said I want to go to and see what's happening in the north. I went to Kano. From Kano, and I went to Kaduna. After seeing the facility that Dave has, I said, okay, that's the end of it. I'm going to put in every single money I have to make sure that we have a facility like this in the southeastern part of Nigeria. So I just came back from Ethiopia at the time because I attended the Buddha residency and pop-up city in Ethiopia. And then, I didn't wait. I know Ayo didn't wait. He was using personal money. So immediately what I did quotation of what I think we need that a builder hub should have, which is 24/7 power and electricity, 24/7 power, electricity and internet, I mean to say, and then have a very conducive place. We're in this environment and we like it, true or false. The AC is chilling, the chairs are nice, you have a screen you are looking at. All of these things cost a lot of money. So I then did a quotation of what I think this should cost. How much did I have? Which was not enough. But I got broke. So what I decided to do was did that quotation. My solar setup alone for the space is like 20 million. I then started pulling out money from my personal savings. Right now, we've currently made down payment for everything that has to do with the solar setup for the space. We rented a facility that is as big as this, actually times 2 of this. So the facility we're setting up in Enugu called the Blockheader is going to be like the first IRL or physical facility where people can learn about blockchain, Web3. And we are doing this not just as a training center, we're doing this to be self-sustaining. So it has a event center like this that will be 100 capacity one. We equally have like a co-working space we're adding to it because I visited Cafe One and some other places that were really nice. And I felt, this is something we actually need because people sometimes want to work outside of their environments. They're not coming to learn, they're coming to work. So the space also has a co-working facility that can take between 70 to 100 people as well, separate from the event center. And then we equally thought about it that founders need to be spotlighted. So we are putting a studio there. We're fully funding the establishment of a studio where Web3 contents can be created. And then finally, like I said, the whole inspiration behind all of these builder hubs I've been seeing started from IO. And what IO is doing is different. People live in the Web3 Bridge facility, right? You don't just come and go like some of these other hubs do. So I decided that after I had gotten the space and everything I needed, I decided to take it a step further. So I rented a penthouse as well, a full penthouse, and we are setting up a facility that can take around 35 people living there. Literally, you're going to be living there when they come for programs and stuff like that. So you're going to have bunk beds, all of those stuff separate from this. So all of these so far have been self-funded, right? Everything has been coming from my pocket. That's why I'm broke.
Wow.
Well, like that's the motivation. So I feel it's needed, but all of these drew inspirations from what other people have been doing. And I decided to say, I said rather that if I don't do it, nobody will do it. That's my mindset towards everything. Even Enugu that I did. I was always saying, if I don't do it, nobody will do it. Please, can you say that with me? If I don't do it, nobody will do it. So always take the initiative. So yes, this is my answer to your question.
Thank you. Wow. This is massive. Okay. Give him. But let me do with Dev. Okay. Dev. Why do you choose Kaduna?
All right. GM, everybody. I'm Dave, and I'm a teacher. I love teaching. I'm very passionate about expressing myself in a way that conveys what I know to people that care to listen. And that was what motivated us to start up Blockheader Web3, an initiative to equip developers with the requisite training, especially in the northern region. I think then there was nothing like that. Also, looking at what we had back then, I think Ayo was doing an amazing job, Web3 Bridge. Kudos to him. Shout out to Ayo of Web3 Bridge. There was nothing of such in the northern region, right? So it was, and then just to give a backstory, I served in Zamfara. And after service, instead of going back, I was like, okay, this is cool. I love tech. I know about Web3, and I started my journey in the space. And I was like, how about do something similar here in the northern region? And Collab was kind of like a very supportive community back then. People, it was a hub for developers to just come around, hack, build a lot of solutions and all of that. But there was something missing, something I was passionate about, which was Web3, right? And that was how it started. I think it started as a result of me coming around and just talking about Web3. And I felt I was just repeating myself. A lot of persons then were just, oh, what is Web3? How do we start? I was writing smart contract then. This was 2021. So yeah, so repeating myself was kind of like not making sense. It was not scalable. Sessions, will have those sessions where I will just be guiding developers who were interested in all of this, how to connect their smart contract to their front end, And that was very interesting because in all of these sessions, we had a white marker board, and that was what really motivated the whole idea. Then we started our first meetup, and that was it. It exploded from there. A lot of persons were interested. We had our first cohort from then, and it's been an amazing journey seeing a lot of guys knowing nothing go from zero to mastery, and they are faring so well in this space, and they are also not just doing so well in this space, they are also lighting other candles. And that was why we kind of extended our tentacles to have our own space, a dedicated space called the Budul, which we launched early this year. The Budul is a breeding ground for developers to come, hack, build, network, especially for open source, because I'm a very big fan of open source, because after all of your learning, after all of your trainings, what's next? So you contribute to open source projects, understand how to build for scale. Then if you have any innovative idea, you apply for grants, and that has helped a number of persons go from zero to where they are currently. Because one of the things that keeps me motivated is the fact that I see these guys come from nothing, and the effort of continuity in the ecosystem, seeing them grow, is one of the things that I'm very, very passionate about, and we are not stopping, and we'll keep doing that. Yeah, so for Kaduna is in the northern region, for those of us who really don't know, and it's a very budding ecosystem, and the Budul is doing amazing to equip developers with resources and help to grow in the ecosystem. So yeah, thank you.
Wow. That was an amazing story behind everything. Okay, Santiago. Wow. Some of you here have not even gone to the east. Some of you have never even gone to Abuja. But this guy here has visited almost all the hub we have here in Nigeria. Okay, so Santiago, just tell us a little about yourself and the experience so far based on your visit to all this hub. I know you've been to Enugu, Kaduna, and just now you are here. You've been to Lagos. Lagos is just like a home. So, what is your experience?
Okay, GM everyone. So yeah, I'm Santiago, currently working for LISC as a global developer advocate and also for LATAM lead. Yeah, in the past 2 weeks, I have been in Enugu Builder Residency. I was able to spend there one week. After that, I went to Abuja, then I went to Kaduna, and after Kaduna, I took a car to go to Jos. I wouldn't recommend to take that road from Kaduna to Jos. So one of my main feedback. My experience in all these different hubs was amazing because this is a place that is gathering everyone in the town or in the city. And when you are in an environment that is also working towards something, that they are ambitious, that they are learning Web3, is something that inspires you and makes you want to work as well. So it's like a competitive but healthy environment to work and to learn. So being there, I also wanted to work. So that's why when I went to Jos, I spent some time working in Blockfuse Labs. I love being in Kaduna. The community in Kaduna was amazing. It was great. In Enugu for the Builder Residency and the conference, it was packed as well. So yeah, my experience is these hubs are working in Nigeria. For example, I don't feel that this model will work in Colombia. I don't think people will go every day and stay there and live there as well. But that's something that is really working in Nigeria, and you can see the progress in Web3 Bridge, in Jos, in Kaduna, in Abuja, and hopefully next time I'm able to visit Uyo, Port Harcourt, Calabar, and Taraba as well. So yeah, thank you.
Wow. So this is Santiago. He just came in and he has traveled all over Nigeria. Some of us here have spent over how many years, but we've not traveled. So traveling is part of like an experience. So try to visit. So okay.
So I just want to say something to what he just said. I think you should travel a lot within your country, first of all. If you have not, you should. Okay, let me tell you another truth. Before Enugu, the last drive I had was 1 week to Enugu. So as at that time, I had been to 22 states in Nigeria. I have done 22 states in Nigeria. And most of these travels, was mainly to just go and attend Web3 events or speak at Web3 events or anything like that. But traveling to these places exposed me to what is really happening in the country. You might be in Lagos and think what you have is the climax, or you might be in Uyo, you might be in Enugu. But if you don't go to other places, you won't know what you have is not the end of it all. Or you wouldn't know what amazing things are happening in other places. There were some misconceptions I had about Kaduna and Kano. In fact, when I sent in my family group pictures that I was at the airport, where are you going to? I boarded, I'm going to Kano. My mother, hey, you know, it was a lot of, I said, don't worry, they won't kill me. And they didn't kill me, I'm alive. But like a lot of things I used to think that Kano was, or Kaduna was, or Jos was, were not what it turned out to be. So you should travel, plan to attend events, whatever should take you, be like Santiago. This guy, literally, he has been everywhere. And it's actually a good experience. So travel, use the road. Don't mind the road he's talking about. Our roads are good. So travel, yeah, it exposes you.
Yeah, so sorry, I forgot to mention that he has been in Abuja also. So in case if you don't know, some of you have not been to Abuja. If you know you have not been to Abuja, say, ah. Okay, let's continue. So this question, we are going to be snapped. I will ask one question and Dave and Kevin will respond. So I'm sure you guys might have encountered a lot of challenges, and how did you overcome those challenges? Okay, in context to so far you are running a build, right? Block hub where you're bringing in developers to build, do everything, and you just concluded it in Enugu, right? And you are carrying out a massive project, right? So are there times that challenges arise, you look back and say, wait, I don't think I'll continue. Just 1 minute.
Okay. Let me just start since you spoke to me last. Truly, to be honest, one thing I usually feel in anything I do is if I set my mind to do it, I do it. Right? Regardless of whatever challenges that come with it. The Web3 ecosystem in the eastern part of Nigeria was not always the way it was. Right? We started a lot of groundwork with blockchain UNN at the time from Onsuka when I was a student in 2019. Started doing all of these activities, and that's what that bettered a lot of blockchain clubs in the southeastern part of Nigeria now, and a lot of events keep happening. So I think there are a lot of challenges. Money is one of them. People paying attention to what you are doing is one of them. Right? You have to actually, somebody has to trust you enough to want to come to your place or come and visit or see what you are doing. So one thing I spent a lot of time doing is building social capital. All right. There's no way you call Ezemuo blockchain now. That's, I'm not popular, but to an extent, somebody might have heard about me. Right. So building social capital is one thing I think that has helped me overcome the challenge of, getting people to trust you. Another thing is be visible. There's a key phrase I like using on X. It's actually on my bio. Build in public. Please, can we say build in public? It's not loud. Tell your neighbor, build in public.
Build in public.
Yeah, building in public is something that has helped me a whole lot. Tell my story. Like people say, if you don't tell your story, people will tell it for you, and they won't tell it the way you want. So building in public is something that has helped me. Financial challenges are there, but that's why I work. So for me, I see the community as sort of my public good or charity where I throw money into. So yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Dave.
So for me, back then, one of the things that I noticed was the fact that a lot of malicious elements will gather people, especially in churches, and kind of like people will just come around and say, you know what, we have this money-making venture. Commit your funds, and after a while you will get like 5x, 10x profit, right? That was kind of like the conventional thing back then, because I know a number of persons that were scammed. These guys in suits, actually, they will come package themselves and part with people who's hard-earned money. So that was one of the challenges, right? So whenever you see people who are intentional trying to train people, the people who have bad experiences, they'll be like, are you sure you're not going to take my money? It's crypto, because at the end of the day, you're mentioning blockchain. And this is kind of like a buzzword these malicious actors use. So this was a challenge, right? So we kind of like made it very clear. We are very, very intentional about the technical concept, about the underlying technology, in this case, the blockchain, not crypto, right? So, and that was what helped us to navigate that hurdle of trust. And again, you are doing something in an environment that a lot of people have been burnt, and people are looking at how you will scale through the challenge of impacting these people positively, right? And one of the things we did was to maintain that vigor of technicality. So there were no like the whole speculation trading talks and all of that. We maintained focus in the technical concept, which is smart contract development and all of the things that protocol engineering has to offer. So that was what really helped us to navigate. And after a while, people started seeing the benefits, because some of the guys that participated in the cohorts started doing so well. They had credible stories. They were contributing to open source projects, and some of them got grants. And that was how it was, I think, from cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, cohort 4, and a lot of partnerships and all of that. That kind of like helped us to break through those challenges, and everybody believes what we're doing. And right now is a very credible name when you're talking about smart contract development in the northern region. And that was how we scaled through. Yeah, consistency at the end of the day. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right. So, Santiago. Okay. My question to you is: I know you had a lot of conversation with developers in different places during your visit to these places. What is that one thing that you think people sitting down here need to hear, that whenever they remember it, they will know that, yes, I remember Santiago having discourse about that?
Okay, so one thing that I think everyone should be aware is stop chasing grants, to not use them to reinvest in the product on your own skills. Because what I hear, this is not something that I'm creating. I have heard this from my past 2 weeks of speaking to more than 100 people in Nigeria, that people get 5K, 10K grant, and then they just go and buy a new car, right? So I feel that that's okay, right? But the issue with that is that maybe you do it once and there will be no the next time. So if there is no next time, maybe there is no opportunity for the next one, right? And then you are just taking no opportunities. You are blocking and closing the door to you in the future, but also for the other people. So the second thing that I will add to that is to what I mentioned yesterday in the presentation, to have an IO mindset, an IODG mindset. So that IODG mindset is to think collectively as how we can improve the continent, instead of thinking from the scarcity mindset of, oh, if that guy take that job, there's no opportunities for me anymore. Because I feel that we are still really early in the space, so there's opportunities still for everyone. So yeah, have the IO mindset to think collectively as a continent and not just chasing the grants.
Okay, thank you. The last question to Santiago is, I know many people did not listen to your talk yesterday. Can you just, in one sentence, tell them so that they will not miss the talk?
It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. That's what I always mention.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Okay, it's better to prepare for an opportunity and not to have it than to have it and you're not ready. That's a big slap. And please, let's prepare for those opportunities coming our way. Thank you very much. Thank you, Santiago.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dev. Thank you, Ezemuo. And we would love to have more of people like Ayo, Dev, Ezemuo in all part of Nigeria. Who is going to the northwest? Okay, northwest. Northeast. Okay, thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.